Hello, this is Anvati. Welcome to the news with NDTV. It's Friday, June 13th, and coming up in today's episode, will India ground Boeing Dreamliners in the aftermath of Ahmedabad plane crash? Lone survivor of Air India 171 speaks out. Kamal Haasan's thug life ban in Karnataka challenged in Supreme Court. And Iran warns Israel of dire consequences after the latest attack. Is the Union government considering grounding Boeing Dreamliner 7878 fleet a day after one of the aircraft supplied to Air India crashed on June 12th, seconds after taking off from Ahmedabad airport? Sources suggest something similar could be underway right now. One of the sources said, and I'm quoting, "A call will be taken on the basis of the probe into the crash." Besides, Air India may also face scrutiny over its standard operating procedure on aircraft maintenance, the source added. Air India operates the largest Dreamliner fleet in India. The fleet will likely be grounded for a safety review of the American-wide body airliner, the sources said, adding that talks between India and US agencies are underway in this regard. The aircraft crashed into a residential area near BJ Medical College in Nagar, erupting in flames. Of the 242 people on board, only one survived. The pilot is understood to have issued a mayday call moments after takeoff, indicating a critical emergency. Officials confirmed that the aircraft quickly lost altitude before the crash. Emergency services responded swiftly as thick black smoke rose over the city. Aviation authorities are now in talks with their US counterparts. The senior official also said that the decision will be based on the findings of the investigation that is going to happen with all the stakeholders. Discussions are now ongoing between Indian and American agencies to determine the next steps as well. The center has formed a high level panel to investigate the incident. Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu confirmed the probe on Thursday evening alongside the technical examination. Air India aircraft maintenance procedures may also come under review. Experts have pointed to a possible lack of engine thrust or a bird strike as potential factors, though no official cause has been confirmed. Footage from the crash site showed rescue teams retrieving bodies and taking injured victims, many with severe burns, to nearby hospitals. Boeing issued a statement following the crash that they were in contact with Air India regarding Flight 171 and ready to support them. Quote, "Our thoughts are with the passengers, crew, first responders, and all affected." The Boeing 787 Dreamliner is widely used for long haul flights and is known for its fuel efficiency and has had no fatal crashes until this incident. Air India currently operates 47 Dreamliners. The crashed aircraft was powered by GE Airspace engines. The company has confirmed it will assist in the ongoing investigation. PM Modi today visited Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, the 40-year-old British Indian who miraculously survived the Air India plane crash in Ahmedabad. And he's still surprised how he survived. Speaking with Doordarshan, he said, "I don't know how I came out of it alive." Reminded that he is the sole survivor of the 242 people who were on board AI 171, which crashed in Ahmedabad last afternoon. Merely seconds after takeoff, everyone else is believed to be dead. Quote, "For a while I thought I was about to die, but when I opened my eyes I saw I was alive, and I opened my seatbelt and got out of there. The air hostess and auntie uncle all died before my eyes." Asked if he landed on the hospital, he said, "No, I was closer to the ground floor where there was space. So I came out from there. The wall was on the opposite side and do not think anyone was able to come that way. The fire started moments later and it singed his arm. He said, in front of my eyes, two air hostesses, but he couldn't say any more because he started choking, reliving the horrific moments seared in his mind." Asked about how the plane crash came about, he said, "A minute after takeoff, it felt like the plane had got stuck. Then green and white lights came on. They tried to rise the plane, but it went full speed and crashed into the building." Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi, who is on a visit to the affected area also met former Gujarat Chief Minister's Vijay Rupani's wife at Ahmedabad Airport. Mr. Rupani was among the 241 passengers who died in the Air India plane crash. Air India has set up assistance centers in Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Gatwick airports for the relatives and friends of the victims of the plane crash. Coming back to the lone survivor, Mr. Kumar's seat was 11A, right next to the emergency door, which apparently came off when the plane struck the hostel. The hostel which the plane struck belonged to BJ Medical College in Ahmedabad. At least five MBBS students, one PG resident doctor, and the wife of a super specialist doctor, more than 60 medical students were injured, apart from those who died. There was no official count of those killed even hours after the crash. The Supreme Court has issued a notice to Karnataka government in plea against ban on thug life and threat to theatres and linguistic minorities. The top court agreed to hear the plea challenging Karnataka's thug life film ban, despite initially refusing to hear it, and then suggested the petitioners and had then suggested that the petitioner should go to High Court. Advocate of petitioner Navpreet Kaur cleared that the film producer had, in fact, already approached the High Court, but the court told them to have a compromise with the perpetrators who are intimidating the actors she submitted. The bench ultimately agreed to list the matter today. The petitioner alleged that the Karnataka government is completely inactive and attempts are being made to incite violence on a large scale. Quote, fringe elements and organizations are giving open threats to set the theatre on fire if they display a Tamil movie. In fact, such is the intensity of the threats. We are here seeking protection for the cinema and theatres. The council submitted and mentioned that the security of theatres is also not being done. Even an FIR has not been filed or registered, they also claim. It is to be kind of extra constitutional ban as the non-state actors allegedly inciting violence had led to the violation of Articles 14, right to equality, 19.1a, right to freedom of speech and expression, 19.1g, right to practice any profession, and 21, right to life and personal liberty of the Constitution. of the Constitution in regard to the filmmakers, exhibitors, and public who are going to view the project. All of the commotion happened after a remark by actor Kamal Haasan while promoting his latest film Thug Life, claiming that the Kannada language originated from Tamil. This comment led to statewide protests in Karnataka and subsequent ban of the movie by Karnataka Film Chambers of Commerce. A group called Karnataka Rakshana Vedike also threatened Kamal Haasan's movie and said it could not be released in Karnataka unless he apologized. The actor had responded, expressing pain, saying that his statement was misunderstood and he deeply respects the Kannada language, but he still refused to apologize, claiming he had done nothing bad. As a result, Karnataka then banned the release of his film. Iran has warned Israel of dire consequences after their so-called unprovoked attack on an Iranian nuclear facility. Israel's deadly airstrikes hit multiple areas, including military and nuclear facilities, across the Islamic Republic on Friday and killed two senior military commanders and top nuclear scientists in Iran. The attack was met with Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's warning. In a statement, he said, and I'm quoting directly from the statement, to the great Iranian nation, the Zionist regime has committed a crime in our dear country today at dawn with its satanic, blood-stained hands. It has revealed its malicious nature even more than before by targeting residential areas. The Zionist regime should anticipate a severe punishment. By God's grace, the powerful arm of the Islamic Republic armed forces won't let them go unpunished. In the enemy's attacks, several commanders and scientists have been martyred. God willing, their successors and colleagues will carry on their duties without delay. With this crime, the Zionist regime has prepared itself for a bitter, painful fate, which it will definitely see. Meanwhile, AFP reported, citing Israeli army statement, that Iran launched about 100 drones towards Israel today and that it was making an effort to shoot them down following a wave of Israeli airstrikes across the Islamic Republic. Quote, Iran launched approximately 100 UAVs towards Israeli territory, which we are working to intercept. Military spokesperson Brigadier General Ifi Defrin told journalists. He added that Israel's strikes on Iran involved 200 fighter jets, striking about 100 targets across Iran. Iran's Armed Forces Chief Staff Mohammad Bagheri and senior Revolutionary Guards commander Gholam Ali Rashid were killed after Israel targeted multiple locations in Israel, the state television reported. Tasneem news agency also reported that nuclear scientist Mohammad Mehdi Tehranchi and Peruddin Abbasi were targeted and martyred. Meanwhile, Tehran said it has a legal and legitimate right to respond to Israel's deadly attack. In a statement, Iran's foreign ministry said responding to this aggression is Iran's legal and legitimate right in accordance with Article 51 of United Nations Charter. The armed forces will certainly respond to the Zionist attack, said Abu Fazal Sirkati, spokesperson for the General Staff of Armed Forces, adding that Israel will pay a heavy price and should wait a strong response from the Iranian armed forces. Iran's Revolutionary Guards also vowed revenge after the killing of its chief, Hossein Salami. The attacks, quote, will not remain unanswered and Israel must wait harsh and regrettable revenge, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard said in a statement read on state TV. Tehran has also said that United States would be responsible for the consequences of Israel's attack on their country. They said, and I quote, the Zionist regime's aggressive actions against Iran could not have been carried out without the coordination and permission of United States. Foreign Ministry said, adding that US was responsible for the dangerous impact and consequences of the Zionist regime's adventurism. That's all for today. You were listening to the news with NDTV, your daily newspaper and TV bulletin wrapped in a compact podcast. If you want to catch up with the day's events in a hurry, do remember to subscribe to the News with NDTV with Apple, Spotify, and the NDTV News app. This is your host Anviti, signing off.